Hi guys, this is Rebecca with Old Maid New Creations. I'm working inside today because of the rain. This is a wood tote, it's handmade, and I'm going to use the wood block paint method to make a nice chippy layered look on this handmade wood tote. So here first of all, I'm grabbing some A&D, which is basically like a petroleum jelly. So that'll create a resist for the paint. I'm just going to put it in places where you might have some extra wear on the item. And then I have like a taupe color. This is a Dixie Belle paint, which I think works really well because of the texture of the paint. And there's my little wood block. As you can see, it was like the end of another project I did. And I'm going to put a coating of paint on the block and then just run it lightly over the surface of the tote. So I'm holding it pretty lightly. You don't really have to press down on this. But as you're going to see, it's going to be layers of different colors of paint. And when we get to the last layer, I'll show you what I do differently. So here it is up close. As you can see, it's kind of a haphazard layer, and there's no rhyme or reason. Paint's just going to come off where it will. So I'm going to dry that up so I can do the next layer. And there it is dry. I did all the sides. I'm not going to do the inside. I like the dark wood, so I'll leave that. I did tape off the handle though. My next color, this is a Rethunk Junk color, which is kind of the same idea as the clay-based paints. It's got a sort of I would say like a thicker texture than an acrylic. So again, I spread that out on my paper and grab my little block. And you can make that coating or that layer as thick or as thin as you want it. I'm doing these fairly thin, just the look that I want on this project. But like I said, you can do it as thick or as thin as you want. And even on the third layer that I do, like I'll show you, and there are different ways to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the other three sides. We'll dry up that yellow layer, and then I'll show you what I do differently on the last layer. So first of all, I'm going to wax this up really good. So as you probably already know, the wax is also going to create a resist. The reason I'm using the wax on this layer rather than the A&D again is just because of how the A&D it rubs off, whereas the wax doesn't. So oftentimes you can take a scraper. I'm not going to do that this time because the last layer I'm going to use milk paint. So this is basil, one of my favorite colors in the milk paint. And I've just done equal parts water to paint, about an eighth of a cup of each on this one. And it was pretty much a perfect amount. So I'm just going to stir that up for about 30 seconds, wait, let it set for about 2 minutes. And then I'm going to put a pretty thick layer on here. And again, that's my preference. If you use the milk paint on top, do it as thick or as thin as you want. And that goes for pretty much every layer with this. You can do as many layers as you want, different colors. It's all up to you. But as you can see, the wax has definitely created that resist. The milk paint kind of just rolls right off of wherever the wax was, and you can already see where the taupe color and the yellow are kind of popping through that green. This is it all dry, and as you can see, that wax did its job. That chipped beautifully. I love that look. So it's really crazy and crackly and got super chippy. I love it. So after this, and as you can see, I did complete the box, but I'm just going to go ahead and seal it. After I sand it, I just grabbed an old piece of sandpaper because I don't want too much more to chip off. I just wanted to kind of smooth it out and make sure any of the paint that was already chipping would fall off. That way chips don't get all over the place. So after that, here's the sealer I used. It's paste finishing wax. It does have a strong smell. So if anybody doesn't like strong smells, this might not be the thing you want to choose, but it's tinted. And I really like, it's a really light tint. It's kind of the same idea as like the Waverly waxes, but it does a great job of just putting that extra kind of antique-y, grungy, just making it look a little older. So here it is, finished product. Hope you like it. If you decide to use this woodblock method, let me know in the comments. See you later.